this is a healthy twist on a familiar dish, being enchiladas. Everybody knows enchiladas. Everybody loves enchiladas. And this is a way to make it with just plant foods that is still delicious. Sort of a Tex-Mex style. So you really do not need to use oil to saute vegetables. I'm sauteing this squash in just a tiny bit of water. The vegetables still caramelize beautifully. You don't need oil to saute. So drop the oil. It's just processed fat. That's my opinion. I have had great results once I dropped oil from my diet. You don't need that pure processed fat. Even if it's from an olive or a coconut, it's still processed fat, you know. 100% of the calories from fat, you don't need it. So I am sauteing this squash and a little bit of garlic in water. While that is sauteing, I am just going to warm up these tortillas. You can warm them up in the oven. I am just going to use the microwave because I am running short on time, just to heat them a bit and get them nice and pliable. Again, no oil needed to cook these. I just put them in a plastic dish like that and pop them in the micro for a few minutes. Not even a few minutes, just for few seconds, really. I also am going to use this medium chunky salsa from Aldi. It is not very high in sodium. Obviously, this is a processed food, but it's not too bad when I look at the ingredients. It's just a few things, you know, tomato, water, peppers, fresh onions, distilled vinegar, salt, dehydrated garlic. That's not too bad. So now that the pot is steaming, I will drop the whole bag of spinach in it, and I'll let that shrink down. If you've ever steamed spinach before, you know it shrinks down quite a bit. And it will be the perfect amount for our enchiladas. I'm using this cast iron skillet to cook the squash. I feel like it gives it that nice little caramelized edge to the veggies. If I had some onions, I would probably use it in this recipe, but I don't, so no onions will be in this. I'm also going to cut up a few tomatoes. Just to go on top and to garnish and be pretty. I did have pre-made some beans, some black beans that I steamed the day before yesterday. They're still really good, so that will also go on the dish, just on the side. But in terms of in the enchiladas, it's just going to be spinach, and I think I'll cut a few mushrooms in there too. Or I'll put a few mushrooms on top, something like that. We'll find out towards the end. That's the funnest thing about going plant-based. The thing that had me resisting a healthier lifestyle has turned out to be one of the funnest things, in that you kind of rediscover cooking all over again. It's awesome. You get really creative. Everything's really good. You never have to worry about any kind of cross-contamination anymore. You know, you just wash your vegetables and fruit and you're good to go. Looks like we could use a little more water in the saute pan just to keep it from sticking. And as the zucchini gets closer to done, I'm going to add a little more garlic. Just for a little extra flavor. I find when I add garlic to anything I saute, it really does get more of the caramelization existence going. I don't know if that's just in my imagination or what. But if you can't tell, I'm having a great time. Just being creative. Alright, I'll give you a close-up of how the saute pan looks. I'll give you a close-up of how the food ends up looking in the end. I'm also going to throw a few peppers into the saute pan just for some extra color. And other than that, it's just going to be plating. So I'll be right back. One of my favorite things about this dish is that it's so familiar, right? I live in Texas. I'm originally from Albuquerque though, so enchiladas have meant a few different things to me. Enchiladas have been a few different things to me, from the green chili chicken or like red chili beef of New Mexico to the Tex-Mex style that is a little bit closer to what I'm doing today. But I've learned that enchiladas can be many things, and honestly I probably would have warmed up the corn tortillas, which are also just very few ingredients in these corn tortillas as well. I honestly probably would have warmed them up in the oven had I remembered. But I didn't, and I want to get it done. I'm starving. This is my day off dinner. I always end up really hungry by the end of the day because I've been working out all day, playing with Gigi all day. Gave the dog a bath today, which was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. She was really good, so I'm really lucky. I'm so grateful to know about this healthier version of enchiladas, and I can't wait to plate it and show you the finished product. And there it is, whole food, plant-based spinach enchiladas. Yum.